Yes, everybody, how are we all doing? It is Friday, the 2nd of September. The transfer window is closed. The drama of it all, the craziness of it all. That was an absolute wild transfer window. It's done, it's dusted. We've got our 6 signings in, and we've got 3 wins in a row. Liverpool, Southampton, and Leicester. 2 clean sheets in a row. Okay, something is building here, especially after those first 2 games against Brighton and Brentford. It's been a good reaction from United. We're seeing some foundations really coming into place. And I'm going to run through all of that. We're going to speak about that Leicester game last night, some key talking points. We'll have a discussion here live, as we always do. And then I'm going to do a live review of the summer transfer window, 6 signings. I don't know how many people left the club. Geez, quite a lot. On loan and on permanent deals. We'll run through every single one of those, and then we'll give it a collective community rating out of 10. We'll do that in the comments, and then later on this afternoon I'll have my review on the window. Nice short 10-minute video. Then later on this evening we're going to have at 6 p.m. the Arsenal starting 11, because games are coming thick and fast. It's going to be a bumper season. It's going to be crazy, but it's good to see United winning some games, building on some games. 1, 2, 3. It's good to see. It really is. I'm coming here with genuine positivity. Genuine positivity. And not just because I'm a positive person. Michael, I can see you down there. T, I can see you down there this morning. Good morning to you. Yazzie, you got Trash Magic. We've got Deb Pola. We've got, who else we got down here? Kev Roberts, Game of Beans, Gungshi. Good morning to you, Anthony. Grant, Stu Backer, loads and loads of you. I'll tell you what, it's hilarious. It's the day after the transfer window ends, and then there's I think there was less than half of the normal amount of people waiting for the show. It goes to show the furore around transfers, the desperation, I suppose, for news and X, Y, Z. And look, I said from day one here on United People's TV, from day one, I think we're going to be happy about Manchester United's transfer window at the end. And I'll be honest, I think we are happy. But I'll run through all of that. First of all, we're going to focus on last night. And I'll tell you what, remember that let me pull this photo up. There was a photo of Tyrell Malacia. From, I think it was a game against Liverpool. And I said, you know what, that's going to be up there with like the photos of the season. Let me find it. I think you know which one I'm talking about. That bad boy. Yeah, that's a cracking photo. That really is a cracking photo. Let me bring this up on screen here. When this photo came out, I was like, whoa. I'll tell you what, that might well be photo of the season straight away. Just the sheer ferocity in his passion there. But look at this photo from yesterday. This is just puts a big smile on my face. I've got to zoom out to get him in. That's how high Lisandro Martinez is jumping there. Little zoom in on Jamie Vardy's face here. He's like, what is going on here? Lisandro Martinez again yesterday putting in the sort of butcher's performance that we've seen in the last couple of games. Fantastic from him, fantastic from Varane, fantastic from Dalot, fantastic from United's defence. Midfield left something to be desired. Attack left a lot to be desired. But our defence yesterday, again, it delivered. It did deliver. And when your defence is that good, you can see out 1-0 wins. And really, that is such a good photo. So if I'm looking at that game against Liverpool, with that one from Malacia, and I'm looking at that one there from Martinez, we're building some good photos there. We're building some good photos. Not that building good photos is an important thing, but it's just nice. I like it. Someone joined as a member there. Crowther, let me know we're watching. I recognise that name, so you may have joined before. Craig, you're saying that that's peak. I have no idea how big that leap is, but that is a serious leap he's gotten in there. And honestly, has anybody seen if Jamie Carragher's all right? That's why it's so... I find it weird when people go in with such outrageous takes and calls. Really, I know exactly why they do it. They do it to create engagement. And Jamie Carragher's saying, there's absolutely no way that Lisandro Martinez can play at centre-back in the Premier League before he's even kicked a game. It's just... And you made yourself look like an idiot here. Salt, you're saying this. You're saying, do you think we look weak towards the end of each game? A more solid team would penalise our fragility. Progress made nevertheless. I'd actually kind of go a little bit towards the opposite. I think what we've seen in the last couple of games Yes, we look a bit weak, but we're holding out. We are effectively holding out. That's an issue in itself. But this isn't a case of being able to go from where we were last season to beating Nottingham Forest 6-0 like City are doing. We've got a long way to go to get there, right? So we're in the process of the process. What we saw from Ten Hag in the first training session and those drills that we covered here on United People's TV, we saw them come to that. There was one that probably for me was my favourite part of that game yesterday. Was that passing move we had out the back. I think it was Elanga to Dalot to Eriksen to Martinez to Bruno to Malacia, and then it was just back to Martinez. It was wonderful, and we ended with Eriksen having a shot on target. United are building here. And Kev, you're going down there saying, look, our defence has not looked this solid in years. It really is a fantastic start to hopefully what will be a fantastic partnership. We've waited and waited and waited for Rafa Varane to be Champions League Varane, haven't we? We've waited a good long time. And we're starting to see it in these last few games. I went for Diogo Dalot as my man of the match yesterday. I think his performances have kind of gone under the radar because of how well Martinez has been playing. But yesterday, you definitely could have had Rafa Varane as a man of the match, and I wouldn't have argued against it. But I'll tell you what's been absolutely crucial as part of this, and this is Ten Hag's management. Harry Maguire, Luke Shaw have been on the bench. Well, actually, Shaw wasn't even on the bench last night. I'm guessing he's injured. But he dropped Harry Maguire for the last few games, and it has been a major factor in this. He dropped Maguire, he dropped Ronaldo, and he dropped Shaw. And all three of those were just, I suppose, guaranteed starters if fit last season. There are no guaranteed starters if fit this season. And that back five, I mean, De Gea yesterday, again, his distribution, I've personally felt left a lot to be desired. He does seem to panic on the ball in those situations. He has to have the confidence. It's like those passes, there was a couple of passes that Martinez found where he passed it between two Leicester players, and it wasn't the easiest pass in the world, but if you have the confidence, you can see that gap, and you do it with enough power, you're going to get it straight through to your teammate. De Gea's going to have that confidence. He's got to build that confidence with his defence, and that defence, game on game, is building confidence. Whether it's Martinez playing like an absolute monster every game, whether it's Varane putting in man of the match performances, or whether it's Diogo Dalot celebrating tackles like they're goals. It's good. And Tyler, you're down there. You're not wrong there with that comment, saying, look, it's nice to have a manager who is willing to cut the big name players from the team. It's a new United, right? It's a new feeling. Especially those last two games. Like we've even under Solskjaer, under every manager, we've had flash in the pan performances like that game against Liverpool. No one really expected us. We had a lot of those again under Solskjaer. We were very good in those big games. But then a couple of games later, it would all unravel, and all the good work you'd seen, you'd be like, where the hell did that go? What we've seen here in the last three games is it being built on, bit by bit by bit. Defensively, we look, out of the three areas of the pitch at the moment, defence, midfield and attack, we look strongest in defence. Midfield, we looks like we're building, but it looks like we need Casemiro in there. I'm worried about Christian Eriksen. I don't know how he's going to play 90 minutes against Arsenal. I don't know how he's going to do that. And in attack, there's a lot that's left to be desired. A lot. We won those games there against Southampton and Leicester because of two individual moments of quality from Bruno and from Sancho. I mean, that Sancho one was not. To be fair, neither of them were individual moments of quality. They were well-worked goals. But we don't have enough goal-scoring opportunities. And it's a big reason why we just signed Anthony, and I will speak about Anthony in a second. But just to see United having a bit of confidence, seeing out 2 1-0 wins, my arse was twitching the whole game. I didn't want that one. I wanted the second goal to sort of give United that confidence. And then Ten Hag said it after the game, and I will run through some of those quotes. But it's just that it feels a little bit different. It's this new fight that these players have got. Again, it might look like cliche, but Diogo Dalot celebrating that block that he did, going over there, chest pumping Martinez. It is a show of something different, a different edge, a different mentality, a different perspective, whatever you want to call it. I think that Sandro Martinez is a big factor in all of that. I think he's come in and set a new, not precedent, but he's set a new minimum, if you want to call it that. And everyone seems to be pulling themselves up towards it. And Rafa Varane, arguably in the last couple of games, has exceeded him. Maybe. You can argue that anyway. And you're saying, look, Sam, question, how many people have worried about how many we would concede recently? I know I haven't at all. You haven't? Well, I have. I've been absolutely crapping myself. I really have. Because I'm stung. I'm wounded from years of being let down by Manchester United. The longer that Casemiro plays, the better he's going to get. The longer that defence plays together, the better they're going to get. But I do worry about what happens when players are dropped in and out of the team, because we can't play that back five all season. I imagine we'll be playing that back five against Arsenal, but we're going to be playing a game every 3 days. The good thing is that we got Real Sociedad next week, so I imagine that's where we're going to be seeing Harry Maguire coming in, and then that's where those players have got to prove themselves, Harry Maguire and Luke Shaw, that they can come into the United team and play the exact same way, right? That's what they have to prove in the Europa League. That's what we need to see. So it'll be a very interesting game, that coming up. But there's loads and loads of talking points that we need to run through from yesterday. Obviously, I've spoken about Diogo Dalot there. And this was for Erik Ten Hag, a few comments from him after the game. He said, once Casemiro and Ronaldo get fitter and fitter, we need not only a team, but a squad. That's exactly what I just said there. Because honestly, I think Scott McTominay was absolutely fantastic yesterday. I think against Southampton, Scott McTominay was really good in defence. In possession, left a lot to be desired. But if you set your expectations for McTominay in his performance to a certain point, and you don't really expect him to exceed them, then you'll be pretty happy with most of McTominay's performances. Yesterday was a perfect example of it. I don't think McTominay really added that much going forward, but I don't particularly think he put a foot wrong in defence. I think he was aggressive in the right way. It was just good from McTominay yesterday. I actually think he was all right going forward too. But obviously Casemiro is the better player. And obviously Casemiro will be in that team instead of him. But that's what you need to have. You need to have your players like McTominay and Fred, and now the second choice to Casemiro and Eriksen, right? Last season it was those two. We were relying on them. I imagine McTominay is going to be learning a hell of a lot from Casemiro, one of the best defensive midfielders in the world. McTominay will never look. Comment down there from Ant saying, look, McTominay's never going to be a Pirlo. He won't ever be a Pirlo. McTominay will never be more than a good squad player for Manchester United. But what we saw last night is the fact that he can be a good squad player. And I know so many people have tried to throw him under the bus and boot him out of the club. I've said that I was effectively like, well, I'm kind of done with him. I didn't say that in a way that I don't want him in that squad at all. He's a good squad player. And as long as he remains a good squad player and doesn't start for Manchester United every single week, then there is a purpose for McTominay at Manchester United in the same way that there is a purpose for Fred. Playing Uno with Bruno, I like the username, saying, love how positive you are. It's the main reason why I watch you over other shows. Please don't ever change. Well, as long as United don't go, look, it's been a good few years since we've not been a joke as a football club, man. And I'm bored. My currency is not negativity. I don't thrive in situations where we lose. I don't get more views on United People's TV when we lose. I get less. I get significantly less. Because it's just like me. I don't want to hear anybody else speak about a game for 10 minutes after we've just got pumped. And I'm the one who's having to speak about it. So it's good to be able to not just be positive, but be positive with a purpose. Like, you can see what Ten Hag has been building since day one. We've covered it here on United People's TV. The training drills, they're coming into effect. The team is starting to get more confidence, playing out from the back with the ball, starting to zip it around with a bit more pace, with a bit more swaz, whatever you want to call it. It's not as tentative as it was in those first few games in pre-season, and we're going to continue to get better and better and better. But of course, that's 3 games. We've had Liverpool, we've had Southampton, we've had Leicester. We've played an out-of-form Liverpool, a Southampton team they'll just be mid-table this year, and a Leicester team who are rock bottom of the table. Now we play Arsenal on Sunday. Arsenal, who have won 5 in a row, are they top of the league? I think they're probably. I mean, I imagine they're top of the league. I don't think anyone else has won 5. Actually, have City won? I think they have. So look, no, City have drawn one. Yeah, Arsenal played 5, won 5, scored 13, only conceded 4 goals. Top of the league. This is what Ten Hag said about Arsenal. He said that is the real test for us. We are looking forward to it. We have to be good. We know that, and it is a good test to see where we are. And it will be a good test. And because, as I said, because we're United fans, because we've watched these last few years, because we know what United do, we're going to go into this game nervous. Absolutely. I mean, you go into any game nervous when you're playing top of the league. But United of old have let us down at this point. United of old have crumbled at this point. And I would say the same thing when it comes to the game against Southampton and when it comes to the game against Leicester. So I think we've got 2 examples, back-to-back wins in games where you kind of expected United to trip up a little bit. And although we did in the performance, I don't think it was an incredible performance against Southampton. It wasn't. I don't think it was it was a very, very good first half against Leicester. One of the best controlling first halves I've seen from the United team. Second half, all over the shop. So both Leicester and Southampton, in terms of the overall performances, they left a lot to be desired. But we got the results. And they always say that, win when you're playing badly, X, Y, Z. It's all about this game against Arsenal now. Top of the league, high-flying Arsenal. If United can go there at home, puff our chests out, play like we did against Liverpool and beat Arsenal, then we can truly say there is momentum in our sails. And Ten Hag will be reiterating that to the players. I'm looking forward to doing my starting 11 for the Arsenal game. I think we're going to be seeing Anthony in there. I'm going to be mega surprised if we don't see Casemiro in there. I was surprised to not see him in there against Leicester, but Ten Hag stuck with his team. And McTominay put in a fantastic performance. Indra, you're saying, look, your thoughts on Ronaldo after his performance. I'm going to be speaking about Ronaldo a little bit later in the show. Don't worry about that. Ray, nice to see you there, buddy. You're saying, hi, Sam there. Positive feeling about United. Beat Arsenal. I'm feeling more than confident. Ten Hag's the man. He is the man. Alan. Yeah, time for Martinez to show Arsenal why he didn't want to join them. I'm looking forward to it. Andrew, you're going down there with the concerns. I think there's every right to have concerns about United. We're not a complete team. I'm not trying to say that. But you can see the progression. You can see the steps. And you can see the foundations being built. Certainly in defence, more is needed in attack. And it's almost like we've just signed an £85 million attacker because Ten Hag knows there's not enough creativity going forward. And that will change against Arsenal. Andrew, saying big concerns about a lack of goals. Yes, we're winning games, but if he gets the goal difference, we've no chance. Geez, we're not going to get to goal difference, man. Let's just focus on winning the games. Winning those 3 games, Liverpool, and then back-to-back clean sheets. We've got a bit of fight in us. I'm really looking forward to this game against Arsenal. And as I said, when it comes to Anthony, I think it's the perfect time to bring him in. This is what he said about him. He said, look, of course, I'm really excited. A really good signing. He will bring temperament, creativity, fighting spirit, and we need quality in numbers in the offensive department. It honestly is a perfect time for Anthony to come in. Because if we play like we did against Leicester and Southampton, certainly that second half against Leicester, and I would say for about 60 to 70 minutes against Southampton too, Arsenal will probably beat us. Arsenal will create golden opportunities, and they probably will take them given the form that they are in. We need to create more chances in a game when we go up against a team who are in the form that Arsenal are in. I don't think we'll be winning 1-0 against Arsenal. I'll be very surprised if we manage to shut them out. But that will be, look, this defence has really, really surprised me in the best way possible in the last couple of games. Seeing us have 2 shutouts was fantastic. Go down here, look, saying, look, I don't know why you're getting angry, man. Casemiro has to start, for fuck's sake. McTominay was fantastic in that majority of that game yesterday, and Casemiro came on and shored the shop up, and we won 1-0. Ten Hag will bench Anthony for Elanga at this rate. Dude, man, some United fans, man, I don't know where you come from. I don't mean physically in terms of where you live, but I don't know how your mindset is where it is. Like, yeah, Casemiro didn't start yesterday. That must be because he's not completely and utterly fit enough. because he came on for the last half an hour, and McTominay had a cracking game. Anthony Elanga, though, yeah, I'm completely agree with you there. But it'll be Anthony out and Anthony in. And he'll go straight into that starting 11. It's exactly why he signed Casemiro, because he knows that midfield we need more. It's exactly why he signed Anthony, because he knows we need more in attack. But just to see that from the first couple of games against Brighton and Brentford, it could have gone completely Pete Tong against Liverpool, right? You remember what it was going into that game, that 4-0 against Brentford, and match reaction. I hated that. I hated that game. Just to see the switch from that to this was incredible. Very, very quick, and the players are getting on board now. Everyone seems to be heading in the right direction. And I'll tell you what, I'm putting a lot of it down to this man. A player who I was so excited to sign when we signed him. I felt like it was a good signing. I felt like it was a smart signing. And I think we're just seeing exactly why. Just one more little shout out here, by the way. Look at Jamie Vardy's face. You can't even see. Lisandro Martinez jumped so high that I have to scroll down to see Jamie Vardy's head. He could literally smack him in the head with his ass. Man, what a bloke. What a bloke. Alan, I think this is a fair comment. I said this earlier. I do worry about this, about Eriksen's fitness, sorry, not Martinez. I don't know how Eriksen's been playing 90 minutes every single time. I really don't. I don't know how he does 90 minutes against Arsenal. I don't think he can do 90 minutes against Arsenal. But Anthony, I would be very, very surprised if we don't see him come in straight away to face Arsenal. I think it's a necessity. I think as good as we've been in these last two games, no United fan is walking away from it going, wow, they are literally the two perfect performances. There is so much that needs to be improved in terms of chance creation. Lots of possession in the last couple of games, not enough creativity. Marcus Rashford in the last couple of games, certainly against Leicester last night, every time the ball reached him, it was either like a bad touch, a poor touch. I mean, not every single time, that's unfair. Rashford laid on the assist for the winner, so he contributed to the overall game. But Marcus Rashford yesterday, it seemed every time the ball was fizzed into him, his touch was off. His decision-making was wrong. Yeah, Rashford, man, there's lots to be desired. But at this moment in time, we've got an unfit Ronaldo. I think we can say that unequivocally, having watched him come off the bench again yesterday. And he looked knackered after 10 minutes. We've got an injured Martial. We've got an unfit Ronaldo. And we've got a Rashford who, well, Rashford's being Rashford at this moment in time. I told you this season is where we need to see Rashford blossom again. Otherwise, I think we probably should sell him next summer. So it's been a rocky start to the season for Rashford, but he was kept on there instead of Jadon Sancho. He's obviously worked seriously hard on his fitness, because his energy was still there toward the end of the game, chasing down that ball on the touch line. I was like, fair play, Rashford, to keep the ball in the, just to keep it in the corner. I'll be interested to see whether Rashford starts against Arsenal. If I'm looking at a front three of what I'd like to see, well, I don't know. I'll run through that. I'm going to save that for the video later. But Anthony, for me, comes straight into that team. I imagine he's fit enough. I wouldn't say he's fully fit, because he hasn't trained properly in the last couple of weeks with Ajax, because he was too busy forcing a move to United. But look, there's a lot of positives to take from these first few games, man. A lot of positives. Not the first couple of games, but the three after. 3 wins in a bounce. We go against top of the league Arsenal at Old Trafford on Sunday. Now, that's going to be an occasion for Anthony's full debut, and also, hopefully, Casemiro's full debut. I'm going to head down there and read a few of your comments down here. Dylan, you're saying that Anthony to start over Rashford, and Rajat saying Anthony over Elanga any day. Look, Elanga has a purpose in this squad, but it's not starting every single week. Certainly not in games where we need a more technically proficient player. That's what I would call it. 3 or 4 or 5 times at least, Anthony Elanga received the ball in a position yesterday where, if that was Anthony instead of Elanga, really annoying that they're both called Anthony, but you know what I mean? If that was Brazilian Anthony, he would have made something happen. And that's what we need. Somebody who makes something happen. I'm not going to the match on Sunday. No, I've given my ticket to a pal. because you're allowed to do that, just in case Sam Kelleher is listening. You're just saying, look, Casemiro will start. But let's not try and stamp on McTominay's head, which is what a lot of... last year, I went to town on Harry Maguire. I went to town. And I personally think that's sort of been vindicated in these first few games of the season. We've seen it. Yeah, I think he's the only player I've really gone in hard on. Really gone in hard on was Harry Maguire. Martial did it a little bit last year, but Maguire was the one in particular. And Erik ten Hag he's managed it well. We questioned whether giving him the captaincy was a smart move, but then he's just put him on the bench. Doesn't really matter. And then Bruno Fernandes in the last couple of games. Again, I know Bruno Fernandes leaves something to be desired, but Bruno Fernandes was involved in basically every attacking move that we had yesterday. His work rate is relentless. And now that we've got a coach who's actually got a bit of a system, I like it, man. I like the improvements I'm seeing. Look, I like everything I'm seeing from Martinez. I like everything I'm seeing from the defence. I'm liking this partnership. I'm liking what I'm seeing from Diogo Dalot. And I can't wait to see what happens with Anthony. But now let's move on to this bad boy, because I accidentally clicked the wrong photo, but it's on screen now. We're going to do a quick summer window transfer review. Summer transfer window review. We got it right the second time. We made 6 signings. I'm going to run through all the signings we made. We made 3 more deals happened yesterday. I'll run through those. Then we'll run through a full list of every single deal that we did this summer. All the ins and all the outs. And then we're going to have a rating down here in the comments. Helgen, you're saying that Bruno's really impressing me. He is. You're saying that I hope Varane stays fit. Looks like Champions League Varane, doesn't it? We waited to see it. Now we're seeing it. Should have come off the bench. No, I don't think he will. Looks like somebody might be... Is there another Santa in the comments here? Oh, actually, it reminds me, I need to give away a shirt. Someone from Instagram yesterday. I remember that. See, I don't forget. Maybe sometimes I do forget. But I didn't forget this time. Yes, Alex, thank you very much, buddy. Gifting 5 memberships to the family. What a dude. But let me quickly choose someone now. On Instagram, you. Drex Davenport. I'm sure you can see that. You can't because it's out of focus. Drex Davenport, I've just followed you on Instagram. I'll drop you a DM after we're live. I'm going to send you a shirt. Congratulations, buddy. But look, let's go up here and let's talk about it, right? Malacia, Eriksen, Martinez, Casemiro, Anthony, Paul Dubravka didn't get his face on that one, but there we go. We can get him in as well. There were 3 deals that happened yesterday, right? First of all, Dubravka coming in. I haven't done a video on Dubravka. I might do a video on Dubravka. But he's been brought in as a second goalkeeper. I don't know whether he's going to be able to move the needle or push De Gea in the same way that Telles pushed Shaw, right? That's what we all hope for. But maybe I can do a little bit of research into that, okay? But Dubravka joined yesterday. I hope he can be a good backup for Manchester United. Why not? But there were 2 more deals that happened. Now, James Garner. He left on a permanent deal and he's joined Everton in a deal which could rise to around about £15.5 million, I think. I believe the initial fee is around about 9 million. With add-ons, it goes up to 15.5 million. I've kind of maintained the whole way through. I don't really understand the necessity for Manchester United to sell James Garner, and certainly not at that price. I just can't get my head around it. I always go back to it. But Gavin Bazunu to Southampton from City had a year on loan as Portsmouth's goalkeeper, and he goes for 12 million. And we sell James Garner for 9 million. Despite the fact that he had a year in the Championship and got promoted and is English. It just doesn't really make sense. I don't particularly feel that the move makes sense, but I have to imagine that Erik ten Hag has decided, okay, right, he's not going to play enough this season for me to keep him here. I imagine they might have had a conversation together, and that was the conclusion of it. And if you're looking at the pre-season and you're looking at 2 players who sort of showed their worth, and that would be Zidane Iqbal and Charlie Savage, 2 youngsters who I think maybe James Garner was just at that wrong point in his career to be used in the same way that Iqbal and Savage would be or will be, because now Manchester United have got Casemiro and Fred and Casemiro and Eriksen and McTominay and Fred. That's 4 midfielders for those 2 positions. That's 2 starters and 2 backups. So Ghana was never going to be satisfied with the level below that, and therefore, I don't know. I think I'm just pissed off at the fee. It just doesn't really make sense. I don't think Ghana was the solution. Anthony, you're down there saying, look, is there a buyback clause? There's no buyback clause. Manchester United, they've got a sell-on clause, which means I think in the next 4 to 5 years or so, if Ghana is sold on, Manchester United are due a percentage of that sale. In the same way that Anthony joining Manchester United now, Sao Paulo get 20% of that fee because of that sell-on clause. So that's what we've got. And I can't imagine he's going to be going on crazy. But look, I wish nothing but the best for James Garner until he plays United, where I hope he puts in an absolute stinker and scores an own goal. I think he'll be a good midfielder. I'll be honest though, he's going into an Everton team with Frank Lampard. That surely doesn't fill him with that much hope. I don't think so anyway. Everton are going to be stuck in a relegation scrap all season long. He looks like an absolute crap manager. But look, Garner's gone, and of course there was another permanent deal yesterday, and this one I've got no qualms with. Tahith Chong has gone to Birmingham on a permanent deal. I think it was about like 1.5 million, so thereabouts. But Tahith Chong, I remember when he arrived, I think it was from Feyenoord. I think so anyway. I remember him lighting up the under-18s. I was thinking, ooh, we've got a good one here. Got a good one. Injuries really got in the way of his progress massively, and unfortunately for him, those opportunities left with those injuries. And now he's gone to Birmingham. I think this is a good deal. I think it's a good deal that suits him. It's a good deal that suits Manchester United. Everyone wins in this situation. I'm fine with that one. Completely fine. Finom, you're saying, are you worried about Varane's injury record? I mean, of course I am. I think everybody will be, right? But I'm trying not to focus on it. I'm hoping that this is where it changes for Varane. This is where Varane really just sort of comes to life. This is where Varane, game on game, and I suppose we'll tell against Arsenal, right? Against an in-form, top-of-the-league side with very fast, very tricky, very dynamic attackers in Jesus and Saka and Odegaard and everybody else that they've got in that team. That'll be the real test for Varane. Let's find out what happens there. But look, let's go through this. And this is the full list of Manchester United's transfers. I'm going to run through this, and then you can let me know in the comments. You can give it a rating out of 10 once I've ran through this list. So, of course, the 6 ins, we know what they are. We've got Anthony Casemiro, Martin Dubravka on loan, Christian Eriksen on a free, and Tyrell Malacia and Lisandro Martinez. 6 signings for that first team, right? And there's a lot of outs, right? We've got Ahmad joining Sunderland on loan, Erik Bailly going to Marseille on loan, Cavani was released on a free, and we know who else was released on a free. Juan Mata, where are they down there? Jeez, my God, there's so many. Juan Mata, Nemanja Matic, Jesse Lingard, Cavani, and Paul Pogba, of course. Left. He's gone to Juve. I don't know why it doesn't say released. They were all released. Anyway, Reece Devine's gone to Swindon on a permanent deal. Alvaro Fernandez went to Preston on loan. Lee Grant left. I forgot about Lee Grant. Sorry. Hannibal, Dean Henderson, Ethan Laird, all gone on loan. Dylan Levitt, that was really cheap. I don't think I agree with that one. Jesse Lingard's left. Mata, Matic. Paul McShane, of course, left as an under-23s coach, I think. Dermot Mee, he's left. Damani Mella, Andres Pereira. Did we get the same amount of money for Andres Pereira as I think we did actually. One sec. Andres Pereira joins Fulham. Where is it? How much? In a fee understood to be worth 10 million. Well, I hope those add-ons are very easily attainable. But look, Pereira's gone, Pogba's gone, Connor Stanley, Martin Sviderski, Tellez went to Sevilla, and Paul Wooston. That's a lot of deals. That is a lot of deals, but there are five proper first-team signings, and that's this. So you can give me your ratings out of 10 in the comments. I'm gonna run through the whole window in a sort of a Man United summer transfer review video. It's going to go out at lunchtime. My honest opinion on it all. So I'll withhold my opinion on each deal until then, but I want your opinions here down in the comments. Hope you're saying Malacia, Martinez, and Casemiro 9 out of the 10. Promise you're saying 8 out of 10. Ross, you're going for 7. 7, 8, 6.5, 7, 10. Oh, I wouldn't know. Jeez, I wouldn't go 10. Anthony, you're going for a 7. Tom Huddleston. Can't forget about Tom Huddleston. Is he? I think he was the Paul McShane replacement for the under 21s. Came in as like a player coach. Rudy, you're going 8. Winning, you're going 8, 8.5, 7, 8. 9 out of 10, 7, 8. Going down here, you are so biased. I genuinely think I know that people just jump on and will just leave a comment without being part of the conversation. It's like, what's the point? Genuinely, what's the point? I think you just do it to trigger people, but that's the internet, I suppose. Buddy, if you don't want to come in here and join the conversation, you want to just leave, you want to miss a 5-minute conversation where I said Rashford shouldn't really be starting for Manchester United at the moment, then you can just jump off the channel, because you're wasting your time here. You're wasting my time as well, so go away. Shane, hi Sam, love the content. No hate. McTominay's been okay. I think the Glazers out, even by a miracle. We win the Prem. Glazers sell our club. Malacia, best value. I mean, it's absolutely best value for sure. I think the majority of you are right down here in the comments. I think it's somewhere between a 7 and an 8. It really is. I know that there's frustration, man. I know there's frustration of the De Jong situation. I'm going to go down here and read a few more. 9, 8. Leveson, you're saying 8, 9, got to be an 8, 7, 8, 8.5. I think United have done well this summer. I think if you had told us before the window we're signing Malacia, Eriksen, Martinez, Casemiro and Anthony, and we're seeing Pogba, Matic, Mata, Cavani, Lingard all leave, we're going to be selling Pereira. James Garner, I don't think anybody really would have agreed with. But I think we've had a good window. I'm happy. I don't think it's a perfect window. I don't think it's really capable to have, I suppose it is, like City arseholes. They've got, I think City made the second most money from sales out of any club in Europe behind Ajax. And somehow they seem stronger. Bastards. Absolute bastards. But that's City. That's where we're going towards. We're trying to head towards that. They are such a well-run football club. You could say they're very slick in how they're being run. That must be all the oil. Gungshi, my man. You're gifting 5 memberships as well. Thank you very much, dude. Honestly, the gifts every single day. I say it every day, but I mean it every day, and I will reiterate it every day. It's the biggest compliment any of you can give to this channel. The fact that you want to bring other people into the community is fantastic. But I think the majority of you are right there. It's somewhere between 7 and 8. And I know full well that there was mistakes, there were errors, and trust me, next week, today the dust is settling on the transfer window. We can take a step back, go, we can focus on the football now, and we can have bigger, wider conversations. I'm going to be doing a video on John Murtough. I'm going to be talking about Manchester United's overall structure and mistakes that we did this summer. I'm going to do all of that. I'll bring it all to the attention. I mean, I don't need to bring it to the attention. You know it, but when you're in the window, it's hard to have these conversations. You can have these conversations now that the window's over. Now, a player that, of course, stayed, and we have had a lot of conversations about, Cristiano Ronaldo. Laurie Whitwell wrote this article last night on his performance, saying Cristiano Ronaldo staying put and for now proving his worth off the bench. Ronaldo does not look fit, all right? I don't know whether it's Ronaldo not looking fit or whether it's Ronaldo just being, 38? He looks leggy, really does look leggy in these games where he's come off the bench against Southampton and come off the bench against Leicester. He's looked leggy. Looked like a yard's just left his legs. I hope it's just fitness. Because I told you, that's it. The transfer window is closed now. Cristiano Ronaldo is remaining at Manchester United. And I now want him to just knuckle down and become the best version of Ronaldo. Become that guy again. If you can score 24 goals in a crap team last year, should be able to score 24 goals in what is a significantly better team this year. I think Ronaldo's been sulking. I think, let's wait for this interview that comes out. I imagine the interview is going to be along the line. Maybe he's going to tell us what those personal or family problems were. Maybe we're going to get a bit more insight into what went on behind the scenes from his own perspective. And I will cover that interview and I will speak about it all in detail here. For me, this is what it looks like to me. It feels like age is kind of catching up on him. And in that sense, Ronaldo is just going to have to get used to being a substitute at Manchester United. Rashford, I know Rashford's way out of form. His finishing's poor. But Ronaldo will not be able to start and play a 90-minute game because at the moment in time, the way we're looking at it, he has not got the legs for it. And I would rather use Ronaldo for the last half an hour of a game when the legs of a defensive team are tired rather than putting Ronaldo in from the start. Personal opinion. And certainly when Martial comes back and he's fit. Man, that's a big issue here. All of our excitement in the preseason about our front three, a lot of it was revolved around Martial, who's just been injured the whole time. Cruz, you can go to bicycle kick. Yeah, cool, bicycle kick. I know. It's cool, he attempted a bicycle kick. I'm not saying that he's not got the physique of an absolute Roman god, because he does. But his legs look a bit weary. Just what we're seeing just what I've seen, in my opinion, from these two appearances from the bench. And I think he's still got quite a lot to work on in terms of fitness. And I'm sure he will. And as the season progresses, he will continue to get fitter. But look, Ronaldo as a super sub, I mean, you're not going to get better than that. Ronaldo will not be happy about it in any way, shape or form. Ronaldo wants to start every single game. But Ronaldo wanted to start every single game back when he was under Zidane at Real Madrid. And Zidane said, no, I'll rest you in one game and then you can be at peak fitness for the next game. I don't think Ronaldo will want to be even involved in the Europa League squad. But hopefully he goes to Cyprus so I can see him play in Cyprus. That'll be good fun. But look, Ronaldo, I think, will be a sub more often than not for Manchester United this year. I imagine his fitness will improve and then he might get into a position where he does start some games. We do rotate. But when Martial comes back and he's fit, Martial will be the first choice striker for Manchester United. Certainly ahead of Marcus Rashford, has been absolutely poor in terms of his finishing, in terms of his chance creation in the last couple of days. But look, as Gungshi says down there, look, let's hope Martial recovers soon. I don't know whether he's going to be fit to face Arsenal. I don't particularly think he will be, but you never know. But one thing I would say that was really important from last night, it really was a fantastic away end. Really, really vocal. And honestly, that chant about Vardy's wife being a grass absolutely cracked me up. Quickly followed by chants of Rooney. 10 out of 10 to the United away end there. 58 were there. The 58 will be protesting again at the forecourt outside Old Trafford, 3 p.m. on Sunday before the game against Arsenal. If you're going to the game, make sure you get involved in that. It's not going to go away now. That's the feeling I've just really got, because it's just been proven in the last few months. It's not going away. The conversations won't be buried by new signings. The conversations and chants and feelings won't be buried by winning. 1-0 up, 89th minute. What was being chanted last night in the stadium? Glazers out. Fair play to the 1958 for doing what they've been able to do, to be mobilising this United fan base to the scale they've done it and the consistency they've done it is fantastic. And the team's being consistent at the same time. Look at that. But look, I'm going to wrap it up for today. I'm going to work on the transfer window review video, okay? And that's going to be the last transfer video of the summer. It's going to be the last time that it's going to be yellow all around here. We're going to go back to the traditional red from Monday onwards. We can focus on the football. There might be less of us joining in now because it's not transfer season, but I don't care. It's really cracking conversation, man. And we can focus, hopefully, on the positives as well. Shane, what are you saying? Last couple of minutes, everybody. Fire in any questions you've got. Doesn't have to be a super chat. Fire in any questions you've got, and I will try to answer as many as I can. Shane, you're saying, Sam, just want your opinion on Sancho, tied at the 45th. Sancho, he's still yet to... I feel like he was a little bit better in pre-season, but he's been scoring goals, man. Was it Liverpool he scored, and yesterday he scored? Out of the front three, I think Sancho's been the best of Sancho, Rashford and Elanga. I imagine Sancho keeps his place. When Anthony comes into the team, I think the players who are a threat more are Rashford and Elanga. Sam, you're saying what happened to the Old Trafford renovation, you're saying what happened to Old Trafford renovation or refurbishment? We saw that video day before, of the Real Madrid refurb of the Bernabeu, and it's insane, absolutely mind-bogglingly good. For United to do that would cost a ridiculous amount of money. I don't know what the solution is. They've got the developers in to sort of create the plans, but they need investment. Old Trafford is not going to get renovated, refurbished, renewed, anything until we get investment. And that investment's only coming from one of two places. Jim Ratcliffe or the Glazers selling something else. That part scares me. Given how much debt they've put on the club, that part scares me. Most important signing. That's a really good question, Kevin. That's a really, really good question, because my immediate gut instinct is just to shout Casemiro from the rooftops. I can't say that with utter confidence at this moment in time, and I can't say that because of how good Martinez has been. I imagine it's going to be between Martinez and Casemiro by the end of the season. I hope it's Casemiro, because I want our midfield to change with him in it. But Martinez, we've really seen in these last few games just how much of an impact he's had on our starting 11. Really, really mad. Oh, look, to be fair, yeah, quite a few of you down there in the comments are letting me know I'm missing quite a vital part of Friday. It's because we played yesterday. It distracted me. I'll tell you what, I'm looking forward to not having... The research I've had to do before these shows in the morning has been absolutely mad. Covering like 15 different stories. United played, like last night, United played, finished at 10:30. The deadline window closed. We had 3 deals going through, all the talking points from the game. I'd be like, where the hell do I start? I think we covered it pretty well. Let me see if this works. Oh, what are you doing here? Let me just log in. Well, it looks like the map's getting ruined by the website, which is not working. Go away. Go away. Go away. This is why we log on before we come on here, because otherwise this happens. Okay. Let me see if I can remember my password. Got it? No, that's not the password. What about that one? We're in. We're in. Come on, people. Now that is commitment. Look, it's map day then. 3 of you you let me know where you're watching from. Let me know the town and the country you're watching from. I'll get 3 of you added onto the map, and make sure you drop a like on the video. The transfer window is over. We've covered it all here on United People's TV. Daniel, you're definitely going on. Absolutely, my boy. I hope we get loads of Brazilian fans on here like Daniel, who will come in here to watch Anthony and see how he gets on. I'd love to have conversations with you all, and I'd love to go to Brazil, actually. My word, I'd love to go to Brazil. We've got, Danny Jones watching from work in Vale. I have no idea how to pronounce that. Vegel? I don't think it's Vegel. You're watching from Denmark. We'll call it that. Veg. You're watching from Veg. Sorry, mate. I know I'm annihilating the name of your town, but I cannot pronounce that. Let's get one more up here. There we go, Tyler. You can come on, sir. Let's get more Wales on the map. My God, you're trying to ruin me this morning. Burnaman. There we go. I got it in the end, I think. Burnaman. Right. What happened to just nice, easy names, right? You're trying to kill me, people. But look, we'll wrap that up for today. That's 3 of you added onto the map. As I said, the winner of the shirt I gave away yesterday. Look, I'm going to put this in the comments. I might do this most days, actually. I'm working really, really hard to try and build up the Instagram account. All you got to do is just go over here, follow the account, please. Share it with other Reds. Just drop the link in the comments there. I'm going to be doing giveaways. I want to start doing more live content just on Instagram alone. Interactive stuff. Make sure you follow on Instagram. It's free, all right? I'm going to now prepare the video. It's going to go out at lunchtime today. My honest review of this whole transfer window, every single transfer. And then we can draw a line under the transfer window at 6 p.m. tonight. I'm going to do my starting 11 for the game against Arsenal. And now we're in football season, man. Now we're in the football season. I'm looking forward to it. It's been a cracking last few games. 3 wins on a bounce. I'll be here on Monday morning, live and direct. Make sure you have a cracking weekend. Enjoy your Friday. Man, United are winning. Might not be playing that well, but United are winning right now. Bring on Arsenal.